can I convince my spouse to wear niqab? She's a hijabi, alhamdulillah, but I want her to wear niqab as well. Well, I would say that hopefully you've got a good relationship and it's, you can discuss things together. Anything, this is just a general thing, right? General statement. Anything that one spouse would like the other spouse to do. Of course, if it's the husband, we do have, in Islam, we believe in obedience to the husband, right? So if your husband would like you to do something, then as a wife, you should comply with that. But just out of wisdom, I'm saying, for the husband, that of course you want to do things with hikmah, right? You want to do things with wisdom, especially if somebody's maybe not used to something or they're resistant to something. It's worth having a very loving, positive conversation with them, right? About why it is that this thing is important to you. And I would say, reinforcing for your wife that you think that she's beautiful, you think that she's attractive, and, giving her the reasons that you have for whatever it is that you want her to do. I think, that's the best way. Just as anyone who's trying to do tarbiyah of their family or trying to influence their family, the sledgehammer approach, so like being really hard on it and, forcing people, is probably going to be counterproductive, definitely as a husband, husband has the right to say to his wife, I'd like you to do this, and then she should comply. That's not always what happens though, is it? So that's why I'm kind of telling you that if you want to be successful and you don't want there to be resentment and you don't want, then to really understand your wife's psychology and then be her best friend, take her in your confidence and explain to her, why it's important to you, and, have a two-way conversation about it. I would recommend that as the better approach, to any of these kinds of things. Because when somebody is convinced of the why, and when they love to do something, or at least when they're just intellectually convinced, right, then obviously they're going to do it with more conviction and they're going to do it with love. That is more, that will mean that they will do it properly and they won't start hiding things. This goes for anyone, really, anyone you're trying to influence. I hope that kind of answers your question. Just off the top of my head, trying to think, what is the hikmah way of doing things? Brothers and sisters, sometimes when you listen to people online and when you hear like shuyukh being asked a question, the easy answer is to say, well, just command her, just give her the command and tell her she has to obey her husband. And, that's the easy answer, right? If I give you that answer, it might satisfy you as a man, but is it actually going to have the positive result that you want? Is it going to be conducive to building a loving relationship with your wife? Probably not. Probably not. So that's why I'm giving you not the letter of the law, but the spirit, the kind of the hikmah way of doing things, right? Using hikmah, using wisdom. And wisdom is the best approach, inshallah. So for example, you can give her the proofs, the reasons why from the Quran and Sunnah that you want her to do this. It might not even just be from the Quran and Sunnah. It might be something just personal that you prefer, right? And as a husband, you have the right to have ghira. You have ghira and you have the right to have ghira. Ghira is like the protective jealousy that a husband has over his wife, right? And vice versa. So, you want to explain and express that in a loving way to your spouse, inshallah. May Allah make it easy for you. And I hope I wish you a wonderful marriage.